obviously unfortunate when you're thinking about heading into the year. You think about the pieces that you have, what you envision the season being like, game planning. It sucks. Timing-wise, really, really sucks. I don't know all the details about the timing of it, but we unfortunately had to deal with this last year when Luke went down for a while and having a game plan. So it's when it comes to the game plan stuff and what we're dealing with, it's we'll adjust, but we trust Charlie. I mean, he's here for a reason. So still trying to instill the faith in him that he's more than capable of doing his job at the left tackle spot. And then just when it comes to us, just game planning, knowing that we don't have our all-pro left tackle, being smart with it, knowing that what type of team we have defensively, the upgrades is so offensively, how can we minimize mistakes, turnovers, and let our defense thrive early on in the year until we really get healthy.
The trust who's there, whether they put a tight end, whatever the protection's going to be, you just have to trust the hold up.
Yeah, and I think that's, as you get older at the quarterback position, how quickly can you get the ball out? How quickly can you get into your playmakers' hands, let them make plays? And so I still think it goes hand in hand with that. Obviously, unfortunate that Tristan's not going to be there, but when it comes to me doing my job, I still have to focus on that.
Aligning all this, the fact that Charlie's had this long on-ramp with the training camp and the preseason to get ready, where with Justin, it was like Luke didn't practice on that Wednesday, and all of a sudden he's going up against
I think when you think about it that way, there is a silver lining in it. They're getting reps together as the starting five as of right now. They're getting reps together communication-wise, and that unit, the more they get chemistry, the more they get going together, the better it's going to be. So, it is good that they're getting reps. Circumstantially, not the best reason why, but it's great that from day one in training camp we're doing it.
Because this offense will probably be very similar to last year, but are there easy things you could point to in what Grizz brings that would be different about this offense?
Yeah, I think just what Grizz did last year in our pass game. How are we moving Mike around to get him to where he's not double teamed every time? And that, obviously with the weapons we have now, you can't exactly do that anyway. But just the motions, moving guys around. That's Grizz's forte. So there's some changes in terminology, but nothing major overhaul. So now nothing carries over into the next year. We know what we could be good at, so we're still trying to improve on it. But training camp, you're still trying to figure out what type of team you're going to be.
Mm-hmm. Playing with him these last 2 days here in training camp, getting back to it, how much are you seeing that, how he's improving his?
Extremely well. I mean, like a day like today where Mike's not practicing, you can put a Mecca anywhere. So it really is, it's the truth. So it's fun to be able to have a guy like that's that intelligent, that doesn't act like a rookie, his head's not spinning, that he's able to do it and handle it the right way. And it raises the standard for everybody else. When you have a rookie coming in, learning the offense for the first time, it pushes everybody else around him. So it's great to have somebody like that.
You're all about wins. Statistics come second, but when you look at last season, 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, prolific numbers in this offense. Does that kind of excite you? Because touchdowns win games. When you get those big leads and you're having those 3 and 4 touchdown days, Todd Bowles can get in his bag defensively and turn it up. Does that excite you heading into year 2 in this offense, kind of knowing, was and what can be, what you're capable of doing in this offense is capable of doing in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting knowing that we have the same system. Starters are back, same guys. Chemistry continues to build, and anytime you can have that, you're on the same page, good things are going to happen. But I'm more focused on the only stat from last year is the 16 picks. How can I eliminate that? And that, in turn, helps our whole team out. Helps the defense when we punt it, pin them down deep, and let them thrive. So I'm more concerned about that statistic.
Talked about a fine line between being aggressive and taking too many risks. Is that something you think about? Is there a push-pull there, or do you just want to
I think it's always circumstantial. When it comes to situational football, is it end a half 2-minute drill where we're obviously trying to get points but not give them the ball with time left to score, or is it end a game where we're really trying to go win this thing? And just knowing where we're at in the field. Do we already have points? Do we have a field goal? We have a great kicker. We know that if we take a sack in the red zone, it's not the best, but he can still nail a long one. And just turnovers. And trusting our defense this year and understanding that if we just do our job on offense, good things are going to happen.
There are a lot of quarterback rankings and surveys that go on in the offseason. And pretty much this year you were consensus top 10 as a quarterback. Do you think about those or see them? What's your reaction?
I don't really think about them. Most of the people that vote on them haven't played the position at a high level. or in the NFL. So I do my job. That's not a knock on the people that vote, but the rankings don't mean anything if you don't win games.
Defense, that's the side of the ball that needs to really make some strides. These first couple of days, have there been any defenders that have caught your eye that have been problematic for you guys on offense?
Yeah, Tweez got me yesterday. I just think all the DBs as a whole, they're doing a really, really good job of disguising coverages, and the young guys, you can tell that they're bringing them up to speed pretty quick on how to hide stuff and then show it late. And so they're doing a good job of breaking on passes, making plays. And so, I mean, we have a lot of depth back there. It's hard to name all of them, but I mean, Ben Morrison's a guy that just seeing him out here, he's moving around really well. I think Bryce Hall's moving around really well as well. Zion's continues to get better. Jamel's consistent, and just obviously having Tyke back there with Antoine, those guys just mess with your head. They'll be down at the line of scrimmage and run back, and it's just they're playing games.
Baker, can you speak about the growth and progression of Devin Cole? He made a big play yesterday. It looked like he connected with him today.
Yeah, Devin's taken a lot of steps. You know, a guy that is extremely athletic for his size, can really, really run. So just being able to have a guy like that, I mean, Cade's extremely trustworthy. Payne's more of our dominant meathead guy. And having an athletic guy like Dev to be able to stretch the field at the tight end position, that creates mismatch problems. So if you want to line a linebacker up on him, he can outrun you. And so you're going to have to take a safety out of that, and that kind of opens the spot up for everybody else. So it's great to have a guy like that can stretch the field.
Yesterday, Devontae said it, the mindset of this team is like a league team back from scratch to get into the playoffs. But if you put that in your words, what are you thinking, what you're saying to the guy, the mindset of the guy?
Exactly what LD said. I mean, we go as him and Mike go. And that's, we know we have potential. I think everybody in this building knows that. The roster that Jason and them have built, the chemistry that we have, the standard that Coach Bowles sets each day, elite is the standard. And so we realize that we've had the midseason lull. We've had to scratch late in the year to get into the playoffs. The mindset is to be hungry, be killers, to finish it out early, and that's whether that's games or the season clinching, our division. That's the whole mindset when you step foot on this field.
Baker, you were training this offseason with Bucky. Jalen was there, Rashad was there. How was that? Is that something you're going into this year? Have you been doing that?
Yeah, I normally try and train with some teammates, but obviously being here in Tampa, you don't really want to leave. You don't want to go back home, wherever that is. It's a good spot to be, so it makes it easy. Yeah, but having those guys around the whole offseason, just being able to push each other, understand that you're enjoying your time off, but, you work out and grind together, understanding that when you see guys working that hard in the offseason at the time period that we did it, you trust them on the field even more. So it just building the chemistry off the field is huge, and those guys were there for that.
It looks like you had some fun in the offseason, the golf tournament, what was it like?
Golf game could be better, everybody. Felt great going into it. Mentally had it between the ears. Fell apart. But, yeah, it was a blast. Took some trips, did a family trip late June after mini camp, and then the Lake Tahoe thing other than that. And been here just trying to stay used to the humidity.
How well do you think Hassan Reddick has fit in so far?
I think he fits right in. As a guy that, people wanted to put some labels on him from whatever's happened in the past. He's extremely hungry. Got a little chip on his shoulder, and I think this building as a whole appreciates that, and we understand what type of talent we're getting out of him, and the veteran leadership he brings as well just adds on to that.
You mentioned Chase McLaughlin earlier. What do you think of this sheriff when he came into training camp with you, Mike, and Chris?
Interesting choice for day one, but I'll trust him. It looks good. My outfit choice in the shirt wasn't great, but I'll take it. Lunchbox was a nice gift. Thanks, PR team.
As a competitor, how much do you carry when you have the internal expectations of winning another championship back at Tampa Bay?
And that's expectations are, you want to set your own expectations. That is a perception. When you look at our roster from top to bottom, that probably should be the guess and the bet. But for us, you set our own standard. And our standard is we've won the division the last few years, and we're not just trying to do that. We're trying to take it to the next level. So, when you set the standard, you try and live up to it each day, and that's what we're trying to do in training camp right now is elevate each other, get better each day at whatever you're trying to focus on. So, yeah, the goal is the Super Bowl.
3 years, 3 offense lost in the shuffle, but what can you say about Cade Otten and the training camp he's had so far, and
He's also someone you call the swagless wonder.
Still the swagless wonder, man. No, Cade's just, the definition of consistent. And we have a lot of guys like that, but he is just always in the right spot at the right time, knows exactly what he's supposed to be doing, over communicates with that room, just elevates the standard. And I think the biggest step for Cade that I've seen in the past few months is vocal leadership. He's not the loudest guy, but he's taken a big step in, realizing, the key part he is to this team. And so he's been more vocal, and I'm really proud of him for that.
It's game to game, right, in terms of schematics and how you're trying to attack the other team. But if you don't have an all-pro left tackle that you can lead by yourself, is that a challenge for Grizz now to go into it and say, hey, protection's always number one, that we might have to put some resources over there to help? Does that change your offense?
It changed us a little bit last year when we lost Luke. When it comes to, actually game planning against an opponent in season, your protection fixes, what you need to do. And I think that was the step for me that Liam pushed me to do last year, was how quickly can you eliminate things, get the ball out, whether it's checking to a screen, checking the protection, getting to a great concept that gets the ball out of your hands. And so, it's a challenge, but Grizz was around for that when we had to deal with it. He was a part of that game plan stuff, so we'll just adjust and adapt.
Speeds up a little bit, right?
A little bit, but you don't want to be in a rush.
Working on what you're focused on going into this year, where you have a very similar offense you're going into, more continuity. What things are you focusing on as a quarterback? What's your mindset going into this training camp?
Turnovers, number one. And that's some stuff's going to happen. There's going to be an errant throw that obviously I'm not trying to throw it to the defense, but I just miss it. Physical mistakes are going to happen. It's more the decision making. Those are the ones that, when we talked about situationally, how to be aggressive, where are we at in the field, what are we looking at? Those are the ones that really trying to fine tune that, and that's always a work in progress. And it's hard to simulate that unless you're really going, scrimmage type feel in practice. But in mindset, mentally, where are we at on our practice field? Even though we might be in the red zone area, are we really practicing red zone? But I can treat it mentally like that. So fine tuning that, and then once again, we have some new pieces, getting everybody on the same page, because when you have all 11 on the same page, good things happen.
Decided to play anybody, right, in week one that happens to be in Atlanta. A team that swept you guys, but you guys came from behind and captured the division again. What are your thoughts on facing the Falcons?
Obviously, the last memories we have are losing twice to them, and a heartbreaker there in Atlanta, and just something that, it felt like we didn't make enough plays to win the game. And so, divisional games are always really important. The fact that we start the year with them away, I think is great for this team, just to see what type of mentality that the guys have and bring to the table. It's exciting, but still only in day 2 of training camp, so we got a long way from there, but I'm excited about that.
I know it's early, but offensively, who's a name that's maybe going under the radar early on you think they could make an impact in 2025?
God, it's hard. I think Tez Johnson's a guy that has a lot of potential, and I think sneaky one is Josh Williams. Doesn't say a word. I think he might be mute, but he does all the right things, explosive, and he was fun to watch in college. So I think once we get the pads on, he's going to be really fun to watch.